Oh, it's gone cold again. It's gone cold again. Hello, darlings. It is... well done, JJ. It is... what day is it? Saturday. It's Saturday. And, my goodness me, that's a bit of a clickbaity title to this video, isn't it? And it kind of is clickbait, but it also kind of isn't. Because, in a sense, it is time for me to give up on YouTube. And that is exactly what I'm going to do. But not in the sense that the title and thumbnail, which I haven't done yet, obviously, but not in the way that they imply. So what do I mean by that? Well, what I mean is I am going to give up on the idea of ever being a professional YouTuber. Because that's the dream that many people have when they start YouTube. And when I say a professional YouTuber, I don't mean that they create professional standard content, because no offense to them, many people don't. I mean somebody that makes their living, or a sizable proportion of their living, from making videos on YouTube. I'm giving up trying to be one of those. Except that raises another question. Have I ever tried to be one of those? And that's interesting, because I think the actuality of the situation is that I've hoped to be one of those, but I've never really tried. If I tried to do something, and this is going to make me sound incredibly immodest, but if I try to do something, genuinely try to do something, I don't often fail. And I don't think I've tried to be a proper YouTubist. Now, other things factor into that as well. Well, van coming. Sometimes you have to kind of pick your battles, you know? So you decide what you're going to try at, and you decide what it's kind of not worth trying at because you haven't got a talent or an aptitude for it. And if the thumbnail says what I'm planning it to say, then it will say something along the lines of, I haven't got what it takes. And it's absolutely true. I don't naturally have what it takes to be a professional YouTubist. What do I mean by that? Well, I mean that I haven't got the skills or inclination to put together a particularly well-produced video, so that the value of the video is the fact that it's well researched, well presented, well filmed, well edited, all of that kind of thing. It's on a subject that's going to have interest probably across the board, all of that sort of thing. I can't be asked to do that. Now, there are occasions when I feel inclined and when I've got the time that I've tried to put together a good video, and quite honestly I think I've done it. I really tried my Heights of Abraham video, the one where I went and had the hot dog lunch. I tried really hard at that. I tried to film that very well. I tried to edit it extremely well. I scripted it in advance. I did all of the things that you're supposed to do did well with it in the edit suite, and everybody who talks to me about it agrees that it is easily, technically, the best video that I've ever done. And by YouTube standards, I think it's quite an exceptional video. I think it's, well, no, that's probably overstating it, but it's well above average in terms of YouTube videos. So I can do that side of things when I feel inclined, but most of the time I can't be asked to do proper videos. I can't be asked to do the research, I can't be asked to set up the filming. It's a fiddly thing to do, especially when you're on your own. If you've got somebody with you, it makes life a lot easier. I watched my Talacra video back, and that had good production values in it, but I had Mustard as a cameraman. Makes it so much easier when you've got somebody else. When you're filming on your own and you've got to set up a camera to do passing shots and walking to the camera, walking away from the camera, I can't be asked. 99.9% of the time I can't be asked. I've done a couple, I'm proud of them. I'm very proud of my Heights of Abraham video. But yeah, it's not something that I have a natural talent for. You can learn skills, but it's also something I don't have a particular interest in. Now and then, yeah, I enjoy the challenge of putting together a video like that one, but I wouldn't want to do it day in, day out if I was making my living from YouTube. What else? There are a number of reasons. I don't have any natural God-given gifts for being a YouTuber. You know, if you're an exceptionally good-looking man or woman, then, you know, a lot of the rest of the stuff goes out of the window. You can pretty much put anything out there and you're going to get views. You just put a thumbnail with your body or your face on it. I'm sure we've all seen those shorts from American girls, and all they do is stand around and jiggle their boobs and their bum and come out with some meaningless claptrap, and bosh, 250,000 views, money in the bank, thank you very much indeed. So yeah, I'm a fat old bloke. I can't do that, and I haven't got any great misfortune in my life, which sounds like I'm bemoaning that, and of course I'm not. But you know, if you're made homeless and you live in a van, wallop, open a YouTube channel. The money will be rolling in before you know where you are. Or if you've got some other misfortune or whatnot, people like looking at other people's misfortunes. That's why if I do a video saying, hey, I've had a great day today, I went to the Heights of Abraham and I had a lovely time, or I went to Llandudno and I had a lovely time, I'll get a couple of hundred views. If I put a video on like whatever it was, middle-aged, penniless and battling depression, or finally facing up to the reality of my financial crisis, I'll get thousands of views. But I don't want to do that either. So what I want to do, and the other thing that I really, really want to give up is and any other YouTuber or aspiring YouTuber will, I'm sure, resonate with this. I want to give up the bloody addiction to the analytics. Honestly, for way too long, since very early on. And I know I'm not alone in this. I speak to people who also do YouTube, and it's a common obsession. You're obsessed by analytics. They're the first things you look at when you get up in the morning. They're the last thing you look at before you go to bed at night. And I don't want that. I don't want that. Neither do I want my bloody life to revolve around, how is this video? How are the numbers? Has my subscriber count risen or fallen? I am bloody hell. I lost 1,000 subscribers in a 7-day period during a YouTube cull 2 or 3 weeks ago, whenever it was. Bloody hell, for a moment you'd have thought my world had come to an end. They're numbers on a page that may or may not reflect on how your channel is doing, what your income is likely to be. I'm bored of that. I don't give a toss. And I don't want YouTube to be my income. I don't even want it to be a meaningful part of my income, because it's too flighty. I've learned that. Remember, it's not that long ago that I got demonetized purely because somebody decided to be unpleasant and report something, and the bots did their thing, and boom, 3 months of lost earnings. And it was more than that. It was 3 months of lost potential earnings when I wasn't monetized at all, but it was also 4 weeks of actual earnings lost, because if you remember, I had 4 weeks of earnings, hundreds of pounds, that I should have been paid out, but because I was demonetized on the 27th day of the month, they withdrew that 27 days of money that I'd already earned or been gifted by fan funding. Well, I don't want to rely on that in any way, shape or form. Now, the other thing that factors into that is, as I said, I've got no particular God-given talents to help me on the road to becoming a successful YouTuber. I haven't got an amazing face, I haven't got an amazing body, and I don't live an interesting lifestyle. We all know van life, licensed to create viewers. But I don't live in a van. I live in a beautiful cottage in a beautiful part of the world. I struggle a bit financially. Hopefully that won't last forever. Come on to that in a minute. But by and large, I live a wonderfully comfortable life in a home that I adore and many people would love to live in. And I live in a part of the world that many people would love to live in. I have amazing friends. I have a fulfilling professional life. I'm just blessed. I've got a bloody nice life, and nobody particularly wants to see that. It's just a reasonably nice life. Now, if I had an amazing life like Harry's Garage or whoever those dreadful American women are that made a television series about themselves, can't remember what they were called, don't care, they all had big bottoms. If I had an amazing life, then yeah, people would watch that. If I had a life where I had to live in a car, yeah, people would watch that. I've got a moderately lovely life, and nobody's remotely interested in that, are they? But let's look at the other side of the coin. I am not a man entirely without ability. I'm not a man entirely without talent. It just doesn't seem to be for YouTube. I'm a good businessman. I always always have been. I've got flair, I've got vision, I've got abilities in that department, and what I have got are two very real business opportunities coming up this year. So I think I should be concentrating on those, should I not? Rather than over focusing on bloody YouTube and letting it take up so much of my waking moments. But most importantly, I'm going to come on to that in a minute, but most importantly, the agonising over hoping to have that breakthrough moment. Because you know what? Ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. Now, I know people, I'm close friends with people who were always going to get a breakthrough moment. Sean, you know I love my Shawnee to bits. You know, the man is a force of nature, talented man. It took longer than it should have, and it kind of happened to him by accident, but he got his breakthrough, and God knows he deserved it, and God knows he's absolutely making the absolute most of it, very enjoyably. Carol, somebody else who was always going to have a breakthrough, entirely natural, really, really interesting lifestyle, very easy on the eye. She was always gonna make it. God knows how big she'll get. God only knows. But people like me, yeah, not so much. I'll even say people like me and Mustard. Now, you all know how close I am with Captain Mustard of the YouTube channel Project Nigel. We've spent the last 2.5 years of our friendship talking about hopes and dreams for YouTube, both individually and together with our joint channel. And, you know, we believed that at some point it would happen for us. And we kind of put a lot of eggs in that YouTube basket. Too many, in my opinion, because the chances are for people like me and possibly like Mustard, although I'm on record as saying that he's a genius in his own way, but it's like acting, isn't it? YouTube is so accessible to so many people now. Now, it was different if you started 14 years ago. It was even different if you started during the pandemic. But if you started any time, like in the last 3 years, so much bloody competition, and there's only so many people that watch YouTube, so the vast majority of people are never going to make it big, probably never going to make it to the point that it can be their income, their actual main job. So, yeah, for all of these reasons, I'll choose my words carefully, I am not giving up YouTube. I am giving up on the YouTube dream kind of thing. I've got more important things to concentrate on this year, and you know, with my realistic head on, I haven't got anything going for me in terms of becoming a YouTube success. I haven't got any natural things going on, all the things I talked about, lifestyle, looks, hobbies, interests. You know, I don't do wild camping, I don't live in a van. I was going to say I don't get drunk on camera, but that has been known to happen. But people don't seem to be as interested in it as they are on Blot. Maybe if I did it on a video rather than on a live stream. And yeah, and I haven't got the ongoing interest in putting together nice videos. Like who's an example of that. Mark on Motoring, our lovely friend Mr. Tickle, he goes to great lengths with his videos, and it shows they are amazing productions. They're incredibly well researched. They're professionally recorded with decent equipment. I can't be asked. But I am not giving up YouTube. What do I want from YouTube? Well, I want 2 or 3 things. I want certain videos to be on there for, oh, this sounds poncy, for legacy, for something to be there after I'm gone. I've spoken about this before. I want them to be up there as personal memories. There are videos of mine that I watch over and over and over again because I enjoy reliving that memory. Genuinely, I do. I watched my wedding video only this afternoon. I will watch my Llandudno video. I will watch that many times in the future, as well as the previous Llandudno videos. I quite often watch my Talacra video because I love that. Not because it's an amazingly good video, but because it's a reminder of an evening that was quite special to me anyway. And it's a reminder of what was a lovely day with my best mate. So I want those videos to be up there. I also enjoy, for some of the same reasons, doing this daily diary thing. I enjoy this very much indeed. I enjoy pouring my thoughts out to somebody. I live alone. Conversation is not always easy at the restaurant when you're speaking with people who don't have English as their first language. It's quite nice just being able to pour stuff out to an audience that can't escape. There's no escape for you. So yeah, and the one thing that has been an absolute success on YouTube, and the thing that I value above pretty much all else in my life, is you guys, the amazing community. You, the people watching this, a daily diary video that is of no interest to anybody outside of the inner scrotum. Now, you will watch this video, bless you, because you and I are friends and you're interested in what's going on in my life, and you are my friends, so I enjoy telling you what's going on in my life, what's going on in my mind, what my plans are. I enjoy sharing all of that with you. So that's what my videos are going to be. I'm going to have no aspirations of them doing well. I'm going to have no dreams of having a breakthrough. I'm certainly not going to have dreams of YouTube providing a meaningful income. None of that is going to apply. I am going to continue to make videos like this, daily diary videos, and I will make videos about what I'm doing, whether it's like Llandudno or walking around the village or whatever, and I will make them purely for the community, for you, for my friends, and partly for myself, and that's enough. So what does that mean? Well, I'm going to continue doing all of the same videos that I've been doing anyway, and I'm going to continue doing a nightly live stream. So in other words, absolutely nothing is going to change in real terms. Greetings, Honourable Bridge. Nothing's going to change in real terms. You won't notice any difference whatsoever. I'm just going to alter the way that I think about YouTube. And that means that this entire video is utterly pointless, because you didn't really need to know that. It's not going to make any difference to you, except that it will, because you're all my friends and you take an interest, and therefore, there you go. So there you go. That was today's daily diary video. It will get somewhere in the region of 400 views. it will make about £1 in revenue. So it ain't going to be anything earth-shattering, but I've enjoyed doing it, and I'm going to damn well keep on doing them. I'm just not going to worry about how well they do. I'm not going to give a shiny bollock about my subscriber count, and I'm not going to ask about doing clickbaity titles or any of that malarkey. Thank you for listening. I'll see you at work. Right then, darlings, I'm hoping against hope that we've got a driver sorted for tonight. Ram messaged me and said that it... Oh, right, okay. Okay, Samuel's here. He and I will do it between us. That's sorted then. So, yeah. Same team as last night, but quite a burst of speed from our Prem there. Same team as last night, but with the addition of Samuel, who has got a car, and he's going to be an extra man. So we haven't got a driver, but at least we've got two of us to sort it out between us. Right, time to go and see what's what. And I'll see you on the other side. Get ready for the Zoom blur. Here it comes. Are you ready? Any minute now. Here it is. Dear. Oh. Right. Time to go home. Let's turn that down. That's turned off. I enjoyed that. Tonight. It was busy enough. We weren't, kind of pushed beyond the limit at any point, but it was nice and steady all the way through. So, not too rushed, but not bored either. Just right. And nice team. I like this team tonight. We had Amrit, Mrs. Amrit, and she's a joy to be around. She is an absolute joy to be around. Incredibly positive person. Bloody good worker too. She managed her own restaurant in Japan, so she was always going to be good. And Samyag, of course, who he's trying to get me into fragrances. So every time he comes in, he's got a collection of hundreds. He can afford it, You remember he's Bishnu's son, the medical student. Bless him, he had flu tonight. He's been in placement on a hospital all week, and he's picked up this god-awful flu. God, he looked half dead by the end of the night, the poor sod. But so he brought another two of his fragrances for me to try, and he's been teaching me about, the really expensive aftershaves and how to wear them, how to rate them. He knows what he's doing. He's really expert at it. But I'm picking it up, and I'm learning which I like and which I don't. And I'm taking notes, so there's a couple that definitely going on the list. Now, the one that's definitely going on the list is ombre leather. That's nice. I think of that as quite an evening fragrance. But the one I'm wearing tonight, that was really nice. I'm trying to remember what it was called. It was 1 million something. I'd have to look at the picture. Some designer name. Was it Rabanne? Is it a Paco Rabanne? And it's called 1 million. But see, this is something else I'm learning. This was the phrase, I've got it written down. But they come in different concentrations. So, like Eau de Toilette is the weakest. Eau de Parfum is stronger. And this one is explicit, I think it is. Which means that it's stronger still. And the stronger the concentration, the more intense it is, but also the longest lasting. Just having a sniff at my wrist now, and oh, it's lovely, and it's not stupidly expensive. Some of his fragrances are really madly expensive. That ombre leather's not bloody cheap, but this is like 60 quid for a small one, 50 milliliter bottle. Yeah, fancy that. Right, time for music and a bit of heat, and I will be back to say good night to you, my lovelies. Oh, it's a bit foggy here at the top of the hill, but the welcoming lights of Windy Bottom will soon be twinkling to our right hand side, and that brings us to the end of today's video, my lovelies. Please allow me to thank you for your company as always. It really wouldn't be the same without you. And let me wish you all a safe and peaceful night and a decent day ahead. I hope there's some pleasure to be taken from it, somehow, at some point. Take really good care of yourselves, and of course, if you're fortunate enough to have those who you love or who love you, take really good care of them as well. Windy Bum loves me and takes care of me. And I love Windy Bum, of course. It's always an amazing feeling coming home. I never lose it. Had this with the cottage in Wales. Haven't had it in any of my other homes. That's special. Okay, darlings, much love from me, and I can't wait to see you next time. Good night.